Bob, since you're getting married, I just wanted to give you some big brotherly advice. To go through life, be cool. You hassle with your wife, be cool. If you have to go away for 4 months on the road, be cool. You know, like me. Be like me. Live from New York.
Bobby, it's me, Owen. Remember me, Bob? You're big time now. You don't remember me too well, yeah? Yeah, here you went and got married, Bob. What? I'm married too, you know. To this. That's right. I had some kids too, but you know, they left. I sold them. Well, just want to tell you something. You're married now. You're in that big band, you know. Well, hey, I'm on tour. I'm on tour too. I'm gonna be over here Tuesday, and then Thursday I'm gonna be down over in there. So you might want to come down and see me. Yeah. You got a new name now too. I understand, don't you? You're Z or something. Yeah. I got a Z on my room door too. Yeah. I'm the last room in this rooming house. It says Z right on the door. Well, look, you have a good time in that marriage, you know, Bob. And yeah, you aced me out of that drumming job, but you remember Owen every once in a while. I'm gonna go back to sleep here with my wife. So we'll see you later, Bobby Z. Yeah, goodbye.
Bobby Z come from?
That has always been a puzzle to me, Steve, because the last I heard his name was Bobby, and it was I think it was a derivative when you kids used to call him Brillo Head, and it got shortened down someplace to Bobby Z, but that was still a surprise to me.
I think it was when he was going through his acne stage, and they called him Bobby Zit. But they just because he used to get these beacons on his nose that were so big, and it just.
Yeah, I think it came out of the dictionary. I think he looked it up, he was trying to find something different, so he looked it up in the dictionary and said, hey, that's me.
It was an old-line toilet manufacturer in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, around the turn of the century.
I remember when I was younger and used to come to visit you guys in Minneapolis from California, I used to hear you all talking to him and saying, Z's, come here, Z's, come here. And I think the Z came from the Z's. And the Z's was when he was about 3, 4, 5. I used to think that when you were calling Z's, you were calling the dog. But it turned out to be Bobby.
Oh yeah, I think it's because he wanted to be anonymous, like Mr. X or something.
I've known Bobby for years, and we've called him Bobby Z for years. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, it came from, I don't know where it came from.
Well, he had a Zeta.
Yeah, that begins with Z. and Vicki, if you don't know what that means, Zeta is grandpa in Yiddish.
Okay.
Okay.
He was called Z by Prince. I believe that Prince went up to him one day and just said, "Hey Z, what are you doing?" And that's where the name was born.
Bobby Z? I never heard of Bobby Z before. It was always Bobby until he got into Prince's band.
Zipper. Bobby the Zipper. Z. Z-Money. Z-Store. Z. Z.
Our grandfather used to call him Bobsy, and so he never realized he would become this famous, and he thought that would be a nice pseudo name, and so thanks to Grandpa Charlie, he's got Bobby Z.
I think the name Bobby Z came off the back of a box of cereal. But that probably isn't true, but that's a good guess.
I know you guys made it up, but I don't know why.
It was the Fat Z. As far as I can remember, it's always been Fat Z-Boy. And, until he got bigger than anybody else, and then it was just Z. The fat was left out after that.
Some say for Bob and I started here at the St. Louis Park High School. But instead of telling you a story about Bobby and I'll give you a little story about what Bobby thinks of his friends. Many years ago, I was at a New Year's Eve party, and I was there with Leslie, and Bobby walked in and said, "My cousin Leslie better not marry Brad Chazen." Well, through the years, Bobby has given me a lot of shit. And now this is my chance to get back at you, Bobby Z. Take that.
Hello, Bobby. Hello, Vicki. You know marriage can be tricky. If you're not careful, things could get sticky. Then you'd end up sleeping with your doggy Mickey.
So, he got married finally, for God's sake.
Oy vey.
So what does that mean to you?
I got kicked off the furniture and I can't sleep in the bed, for God's sakes.
Give us a B.
B.
Give us an O. O. Give us a B.
B.
Give us a B.
B.
Give us a Y.
Y.
Give us a Z. Z. What does it spell? Bobby Z. Yay!
B.
Give us an I. I. Give us a C.
C.
Give us a K.
K.
Give us an I. I. What? Give us a Z.
Z.
What does it spell?
In honor of the wedding of Bobby and Vicki, Michael is going to do his impression of Gene Kelly.
I'm singing in the rain while the ground is happy. I'm happy again. I'm walking down the lane in a glorious refrain. I'm singing, just singing in the rain. Bum, ba-dum.
Bobby and Vicki, in honor of this momentous occasion, ta-da, I have come to stir up a racket for you. Time out. At the end of the film, you will find in this room a real bona fide bonus from your mother's attic via our attic to you. If you don't have an attic, float it in your pool, but whatever you do, don't bring it back to us. Lots of good luck.
Bobby, Vicki, I just want to tell you good luck. I'm sorry we can't be there today, but
we wish you all of the best happiness in the world, as much happiness as we've found, and lots of little Jessies.
and remember, as you go through life, don't take small towns seriously. And Vicki, if he ever gets out of line, remember, I've got naked pictures of the KO band.
Women's song. Seems like everything you do is related to the getting on. Women's song. Seems like every time I try to fight it, it just goes on.
Oh yeah, Bobby Z. I know him. Yeah, we'd get together every year at our Hanukkah parties, and yeah, for many years he'd come and sit on my lap. I was the oldest one there, things, and he'd talk about life, things like that, and this went on every year. And just last year, he came and sat on my lap, and we started talking about things that were troubling him, and you know, his riches, fame, all these things, that they weren't bothering him at all, no. The thing that was bothering him most was this fear of freezer burn.
Bobby and I played football in high school together. And unfortunately, he hurt his knee, tore the cartilage in his knee. Everything was going okay. Everybody was led to believe Bobby Rivkin. Bad knee, bad break, football injury. Rivkin, we know what happened. You did it while you were doing calisthenics, doing sit-ups, you goose.
What I was thinking about doing is being Bobby.
Put the thing up.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right, we're rolling. Go ahead.
So Rob, how are ya? Put on a little weight since the last time I seen ya. Little beefy Rob.
Well, pool maintenance, for God's sakes.
I don't think he ever got into any trouble. He was always a good boy. He was good in sports. He played football until he hurt his knee, and that stopped him from playing football. But he was always a good boy.
Yeah, I've known Bobby for a long time. I've seen him go through a lot of changes. But really, he hasn't changed at all. He's still the same pompous ass that he always was.
Congratulations.
That's great.
When Bobby was 4 years old, he and David used to get into some tangles, and I never could figure out why Bobby would come to me crying about the fact that David hit him. David was 12 and Bobby was little at the time, and I kept saying to David, please don't hit him. There's no reason for it. He's just a little kid. And David says, yeah, but he, and I would never let David finish. I'd say, there's no excuse. One night, this went on incidentally for months, and I constantly accused David of being mean to Bobby. One night I came out of the den. David was leaning over in the hall, and Bobby was standing above him with his fist raised up right above his back, and he was just about to let it go. As I walked out, Bobby lowered his fist into David's back, and you could hear the resulting air expelled from David to Anoka without a microphone. I picked up Bobby with one fell swoop, put him in his room. I told David, from now on you have my permission to beat him up if he does it again.
Well, the Bobby Z story I remember most is when we were at the Dell that one day for lunch. It was Bobby, me, and Robbie, and he made a song up for me. And he did the whole thing with a cigar in his mouth and the spit coming out of each side of his mouth. And it was, there's no business like the fabric business. And that probably, I don't think I've ever laughed as hard as I've in that time in my whole life. And I was on the floor of the Lincoln Dell, the grungiest floor in the world, rolling around because I couldn't stand it. I couldn't bear it anymore because he was so funny that day. And I love you.
Remember Robbie and Bobby were sitting at the Dell, and all of a sudden they started talking like a couple of old Jews. So now every time you're with Robbie and Bobby, it's like sitting at the Dell, and you're like 80 years old with cigars in your face. Now they got everyone doing it. They got my brother-in-law, Ricky, doing it. They got my kids doing it. They got my wife doing it. They got everybody doing it. For God's sakes already, shut up.
How long I cry till the river runs dry.
Touch us. Yes, touch us. But you don't touch us no more. For God's sake. Goddamn you, Smendrick bum. What, are you married now? Get out of here. Who do you think you are?
Hi, Bobby. Remember me? I want to make a toast to you. First of all, for meeting Miss Wright. And here's to you for all the times you made me laugh so hard till I cried and got a stomach ache. And also, I'd like to predict that your song, Inside a Song, will be a hit within 2 years. And one more thing. Vicki, you know, everybody needs a Bobby fix once in a while. And you've been hogging him, to tell the truth. And I was just wondering if perhaps once a month you could lend him out for a night with the girls. What do you think?
For God's sake. For God's sake. You bum. Bum. What are you, married?
What, are you got a wife now? What is it, gang? God, you gotta get married?
Bum.
Should stay single.
It's tough being Bobby Z. When the stress gets too much from the road, I like to play a little golf sometimes. As an old relative of mine once said, you gotta stop and smell a rose. And if you like it, buy it, for God's sakes!
Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain.
Okay, Bobby, so this is it, huh? You're leaving us one less bachelor out here. Congratulations, by the way. And I'm still waiting for that big B that you promised me at the end of the last 2 tours. It seems as though I should have a pretty good egg waiting for me somewhere.
It's about time he got married. He needed somebody to calm him down. He was pretty wild in his younger days.
I think it's great, but I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't.
Why not?
Why not? Well, I don't know. Bobby got more money than me. He stay in St. Louis Park area, so I'm so poor I can't pay attention. What do I think about Bobby Z and Vicki getting married? Anybody getting married? No, I'm just kidding. Congratulations again. Part 2.
Do that shit.
Let's get married today.
Vicky's a sweet person. She's very sweet. She's a honey. You should give her to me.
My darling Bobby Rivkin, shalom on this very special day for you. I wish you all the best. And, yeah.
Bobby, you know something? I'm so darn happy for you. I could just about shit my pants, you know? And, you know, I love you a lot, and you've always looked marvelous to me, and really, you know, sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, congratulations, and I love you. Okay? See ya.
Yeah, it was my job to guard Bobby, Matt, and Mark. Mark was pretty hard. Matt was kind of hard, too. But Bob, he was easy. He stayed in his room all the time. He stayed in his room a lot. As a matter of fact, the guy never came out. I think the only time he came out was to play on stage. Strange guy. Stayed in his room an awful lot. He never came out. Really weird. Nice guy, though. Stayed in his room a lot, though.
Personally, it's all right. I'm not getting married myself till I'm 40.
From Greg Brooks to Bobby Z and Vicki, I've always hated you. For a long time, I've hated you. And if you believe that, you're a fool, because Bobby, I love you, and I hope your marriage work out real well, and Vicki, the same thing, and God bless you for as long as you live.
Yeah, so what do you think about Bobby Z getting married?
I think it's one of the greatest things that's ever happened, besides Wendy's dog David getting put in obedience school.
The first time I met Bobby, it was something to do with the music business, and I knew he wouldn't amount to much in that area, so I really kind of encouraged him in carpentry. He hasn't taken me up on that yet, although I do know he's remodeling his house in the land of many lakes. But Bobby's the kind of guy who just has been close to success so often that he doesn't quite understand how to handle it when he's not there all the time.
And that's why Vicki is really the big help to him, because she's gorgeous, she's gorgeous, she's gorgeous and bright. She's everything that a man could possibly want, except for who's here as well. And she's interested in saying something to you folks from the land of many lakes.
Yes, I'd like to take this opportunity to wish you both all the happiness, health, and prosperity for the rest of your lives together.
I'd like to tell you that we're looking forward to seeing you in Minnesota, but it wouldn't be true. So instead of that, I'll just tell you, Bobby, something that I've thought about ever since Billy Crystal said it, because it really reminded me of you. I think that basically you proved the point. It's better to look good than feel good.
I've known him for about 5 years now, and mostly through a business relationship. And I find him to be an interesting person. He seems more involved in all facets of the entertainment business than any other drummer I've ever met. He seems to want to know about everything we do, every aspect of the tour, the recording business, the publishing business. He seems to want to know how I run my business. It's unique. As a matter of fact, if I were to try to sum up Bobby Z, I'd say he's a real pain in the ass. Congratulations, Bobby.
Congratulations, Bob. Next time when you come back, here's the food for you. Vicki, paper wrapped chicken for you, pan-fried dumpling for you, Bob. See you.
I was really excited for Bobby when he started being recognized in public everywhere he went. And every time somebody came up to ask him for an autograph, Bobby was really happy to sign the autographs on one condition. His first question was, "You really recognize me? You really know who I am?" And then they'd say, "Yeah, you're the doctor, aren't you?" And that was the end of that.
The good news is that we're planning a big story on your wedding for our September issue. The bad news is that your story got bumped by a hot, late-breaking feature on 26 places to have your dog's nails groomed. Well, that's the way it goes in this fast-paced world of journalism. Congratulations anyway.
I guess it was 1964, some 21 years ago, when I first met Bobby and the Rivkin family. And at that time, Stephen and Bobby had the Jaguars. I think David bought a Jaguar. And Stephen, by the way, behind the camera, this is our third picture together. Love you, babe. Don't ever change. Next time we gotta have frontal, okay? Anyway, you should work hard and love hard, play hard together, and I know you're gonna be real happy, right?
Right.
That's
I
right.
wish you a lot of happiness and a long, happy life together.
That's right. Now, Bobby, I know you're going to be happy because I've met Vicki and she looks marvelous. She really does. And darling, you look marvelous too. Be happy.
And you too.
Alan, Michael, and I would like to wish congratulations to the new Mr. and Mrs. Bobby
Rivkin.
Oh, okay. Alan, Michael, and I would like to wish congratulations to the new Mr. and Mrs. Bobby Rivkin.
Hey, wait a minute. It says Bobby Z here.
Bobby Z. Would like to wish congratulations to the new Mr. and Mrs. Bobby Zifkin.
Yay!
Bobby married Vicki Z. Now there's two to play with me. They're as happy as can be. Welcome to the family.
Say congratulations, Uncle Bobby.
Congratulations, Uncle Stevie.
No, say congratulations, Uncle Bobby.
Congratulations, Uncle Bobby.
And congratulations, Vicki.
Congratulations, Vicki.
Now sing Farrah Shack.
Farrah Shack. He's back. Dormy. Summer.
Tina.
Tina.
Ding, ding.
Ding dong.
I work to bed when I'm wrong. But I found in the darkest hour I could rule the world. I found the key to waging power inside a song. Sing it out, sing it strong. Inside a song, find out that you do belong. Inside a song, tired of all the news. Tired of all the blues. But I found in the darkest times, let the music flow inside your soul and ease your mind. Inside a song, sing it out, sing it strong. Inside a song, find out that you do belong. Inside a song.
As a mother, I wish you lots of happiness. And as a grandma, I hope you have loads of gorgeous children to add to my wonderful collection of grandchildren. And I hope you have lots of Bobby and Vickies, just like these.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom.
How you doing there, Mom? Hi, Mom. Dad.
I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank everyone who participated in making this show what it is or isn't. I'd like to say something too. Bobby, Vicki, I love ya. Congratulations. But I'll tell you, there's one thing that I know I wasn't going to talk about again, but here it is, the last time. I think it's great that you guys got married alone, out in nature with the lake and the sunset, and it's wonderful. It's great. You had your moment. But I can't help feeling that everybody in this room missed out on something. Anyway, I said my piece. That's it. I won't talk about it anymore. Now, one more little clip and we'll be out of here.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please remain seated? This should only take a few moments. Robert, do you take Vicki to be your lawful wedded wife? Will you love her, cherish her, and comfort her in sickness and in health, forsaking all others until death do you part? If so, answer, I will. Robert, I can't hear you. Thank you. Vicki, will you take Robert to be your lawful wedded husband? Will you love him, cherish him, and comfort him in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others until death do you part? If so, answer, I will. What? Thank you. Now, therefore, by the virtue of the power invested in me by the laws of the state of Minnesota, I should now like to pronounce you husband and wife. Ladies and gentlemen, I should like to present to all of you the newly married Mr. and Mrs. Bobby and Vicki Norby Rivkin Z.